WKMnews.com. I'm Stefan DiLorenzo. We're going to be starting a series of episodes on Medicare and how it works to keep you informed. With us, we have a special guest, Mr. Holly Roberts here. This is going to be in a question and answer format. I've got some questions for him that people have been asking and that they want to know. Thank you, Mr. Holly Roberts, a resident of Madison, a local insurance agent, for being with us today. We appreciate you and your wisdom to give us some guidance in these matters.
You're welcome.
Would you tell us a little about yourself?
Sure, Stefan. Thank you. I appreciate this opportunity to help all the many residents of Jefferson County that are on Medicare now or soon will be. My name, again, is Holly Roberts. I'm a licensed insurance agent here in Indiana, and I'm also licensed in Kentucky. I'm an independent agent, which means that I write for lots of different companies, and I've been actually an insurance agent since 1982. And because I deal with Medicare, I have to be certified. So each year I have to take courses so that I will be able to discuss and offer Medicare insurance to people. I'm really looking forward to being able to give the information and the education to help people understand Medicare so that they can make wise decisions, because it's very important to do so.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a lot to cover here, so Holly, I think we should get started with the question first, because it seems like it's asked most often. Here's the question.
Okay.
For the past few weeks, I've seen a lot of ads on TV about Medicare and with something called the open enrollment.
Right.
Can you explain just what's going on with that? Because there's a hidden surge in Medicare ads. Is something taking place that I need to know about in this?
Well, yeah, actually there is, and that's a great question, and I've noticed that too. And there's a good reason why we're noticing so many more advertisements on TV and maybe even in your mailbox. That's because Medicare's annual enrollment period, also known as open enrollment, is coming soon. In fact, it's right on us. And so, because it's almost time to start making decisions, I've got some information that I think will be very valuable for you. If you're currently insured under Medicare, and you either have a Medicare Advantage plan or a prescription drug plan, now is the time for you to make changes for the new year, for 2015. The open enrollment period starts on October 15th and it goes through December the 7th. And so it is during this time that you can do the following things, okay? So listen, here's what you can do. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can switch to a new Medicare Advantage plan, a whole different plan, maybe a whole different company. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, but you don't even want to do that anymore, you can do away with it and go back to just having original Medicare. If you have a prescription drug plan, you can switch to a new prescription drug plan. And if you have never had one and you now want one, now is the time for you to enroll in one. However, if you've been eligible to have one and haven't had one up until now, if you do choose to get one, you might be charged a late enrollment penalty. But that's something we'll discuss in a future episode. And so now, but this is important, okay? Listen, any changes that you make during this annual enrollment period or open enrollment, the changes don't take effect until January the 1st. And please note that open enrollment does not apply to Medicare supplement policies. It only applies to Medicare Advantage plans and prescription drug plans. So be ready, it's coming soon.
Yeah, that's great information, especially with the timing could be better since October 15th is right on us.
That's right.
And here's another question that we've received from our viewers. It says, I have a prescription drug plan and I'm happy with it. Do I really need to change to another one?
Another great question. It happens a lot. The problem with this question, though, is that, well, there's really no way for me to answer it, because the answer could be yes,
okay,
or the answer could be no. It all depends on your own unique situation. I can tell you this, though. Medicare encourages everyone to review their coverage during the open enrollment time because things change. So we need to do it.
Yeah, what do you mean things change? What kind of changes might take place?
Well, quite a few things can change. For the new year, the insurance company that you have your prescription drug coverage with now might do one of the following. They might raise their premium. They might change the co-pays. In other words, how much you pay at the drugstore when you fill your prescription. They also might change the actual drugs that they cover. So maybe you have a drug that's covered this year and it's taken off their list next year. So they can do that. They might change the tier of a particular drug. For example, let's say you have a drug that this year it's on tier 2. Well, maybe next year it'll be on tier 3. That just means that it'll cost you more money at the drugstore when you buy it. And finally, it's possible that they might even change the drugstores they deal with. So there are a lot of changes that can be done by the insurance company.
Yeah, that brings up another question that makes me think about how can someone know if there are changes being made to their drug plan, and how can they figure out what kind of changes those are?
That is a good question, really good. If you have a prescription drug plan, the insurance company will send you really a booklet. It's called an annual notice of change. I have one right here. I've blacked out the name of the company, but it's a booklet and it's called the annual notice of change. And inside this, you'll need to pay attention to this, don't throw it away. It has information. It has 2014, shows you what currently is, how your drug plan works for this year, and 2015, what the new premium will be, what the new co-pays will be, etc. So everyone will receive an annual notice of change, so please be sure to use that. And when you get it, just don't throw it away because it has valuable information. And again, because things change, that's why Medicare encourages people to review and take advantage of this open enrollment and review their coverage and maybe make change for the new year.
Yeah, I really hope people take advantage of that. I mean, that's a valuable resource they've got there.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so here's another question that we've got. What if, for another reason, a person does not make any changes to the open enrollment period? What happens then?
That's a great question. Are you sure you're not on Medicare yourself?
I'm not right now, yeah.
You got a lot of good questions. Well, anyway, if a person decides not to make changes, or maybe they wanted to but they forgot to make changes, then their current plan will renew for another year. So if you want to keep your existing plan, you don't have to do anything. It'll just keep going again next year. But if you do want to make changes, you need to do it before December the 7th because December the 8th will be too late. If you don't make a change, then it's going to continue on for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That leads us to our final question. I've got another one written here. This viewer asks, how do I know if my existing prescription drug plan will be the best one for me next year or whether I need to make a change?
Well, this is really important because you might not know this, but there are over 30 different prescription drug insurance plans offered in Indiana. And so because there are so many, and because each plan is different, really the only way that you will know which plan is best for you and the particular prescription drugs that you take is by plugging them into a computer program and see which plan is chosen. And so really, that's really the only way to do it.
But Holly, what if the person doesn't have a computer or doesn't have the computer program? We've got a lot of viewers that may be watching this on TV 15 that don't use a computer a lot. What should they do?
Well, there are a few different ways you can do this. First, if you do have a computer and internet service, the absolute best way to do this is by going to Medicare's website and using their service called Finding Health and Drug Plans, okay? And that is www.medicare.gov. It's a wonderful website. I use it myself quite often. All you got to do is just follow the steps, and when you're finished, it'll give you the results. So that is the best way. And when people who don't have a computer ask me to do it, that's what I do. But again, if you don't have a computer, or maybe you have one but you just don't want to mess with it, first you can actually call Medicare and speak to a representative. They can take your list of prescriptions over the phone, run it through the program for you, and even can enroll you in the plan at that time if that's the one you choose. And their phone number is 1-800-MEDICARE or 1-800-633-4227. Another way you can do this is by visiting or calling your insurance agent and ask him or her to help you out. If you have a Medicare insurance agent that you use and that you deal with, he or she should be able to do this for you. I offer this for my clients. And finally, a third way you can do this is by using a pharmacy. Many pharmacies offer this service to their clients. You can go to your pharmacy, ask them to run your list of prescriptions, and then they can use the computer program. And this might actually be the easiest way, since the pharmacy already has your prescriptions in their computer system, so that might be the best.
Mm-hmm. I never realized how complicated Medicare could be.
It is complicated.
Fortunately, it's going to be a long time until I have to even think about it. I haven't thought about it a lot before this, but for those who are on Medicare now or soon will be, they sure have a lot to think about.
They sure do, and be glad you don't have to deal with it right now. But for those of you who do, that's why it's important that you know what you're doing, or you get help from someone who does. Because if you make a mistake or make a bad decision, it could kind of come back and haunt you. You could either have the wrong coverage, or maybe no coverage, or you could end up being penalized. And so, because your situation is unique, and because you are unique, you need to take advantage of open enrollment and make the wise decisions that's best for your own situation.
Yeah, that's really good advice, and that's why we're doing this program out there, so consumer information concerning Medicare, people can be educated about this and know what they need to do.
Exactly right.
Well, we want to know about Medicare works and what options are, so that you can make educated choices.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And this is just the first of many programs we're going to be doing on this topic, so stay tuned with us. Keep looking back for these. We hope to deal with a new topic each week, and we're going to have Holly back with that, and look forward to answering your questions. If you do have questions, go to WKMnews.com, hit the Contact Us button, and submit your questions, and Holly will be more than happy to answer those.
I sure will.
And Holly, if people have questions about Medicare, either because they're on Medicare now or they will be soon, can they contact you directly for help and guidance? Is that?
Yes. And I would love to be able to do it, because if you just got to know, you got to have the information in order to make the right choice. And so I want to be there as a resource for you. I'm a licensed insurance professional. I've been licensed since 1982. I'm an independent agent, which means I can kind of shop around with all the different companies. So yes, if I can help you in any way, feel free to call me. My phone number here in Madison is 812-273-4191. Oh, and by the way, this is important.
Okay.
A lot of people might not know this. The cost for Medicare insurance is the same whether you use an insurance agent or you try to do it all on your own and deal with the company direct. So why not use an insurance agent? Basically, it won't cost you any more to get their advice and get their information and education, so why not use an agent? I would love to be your agent, but if not, find someone that you trust to be able to help you. So I hope that that's good information for the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Holly, for your time today and for your information that you've given about Medicare and the open enrollment upcoming, the period we've got going on. We look forward to learning more about this in the future episodes with you. We appreciate you being on here with us today.
Well, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to helping you in the future too. We just wanted to deal with open enrollment first because that's coming right up on us. But we'll deal with other important topics too in future episodes. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you. Yep, and we've got Holly Roberts on here, a local insurance agent, specializes in Medicare. We'll be back. Like I said, stay tuned. Look forward to more episodes. For WKMNews.com, I'm Stephen DiLorenzo. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.